Welcome to Mojo Grip. I'm Mike. Aviation is life. And for so many of us who have dreamt about participating in this wonderful activity or even proceeded to get our license, one thing that's remained the same is that aviation is expensive. And unfortunately, this one fact has not changed for so many years. And so in today's video, we're going to check out 5 different ways you can make it more affordable to fly. To fly as a pilot or learn how to fly, you need access to an airplane and access to a flight instructor. And so the first and most straightforward way to get access to both is a flight school. Flight schools already have airplanes in their inventory, and likely they already have pilots, commercial pilots. So for you to get access to an aircraft, it's as easy as going to your local flight school and renting one. Now, there are some downsides to renting from a flight school. For one, you may not always get access to the airplane because a flight school can get busy. Also, the airplane that you want may be down for maintenance, given that most flight schools fly very old airplanes, which means some of those planes spend more time at the mechanic shop than they do flying in the skies. And lastly, if a flight school has a very cheap airplane to rent, meaning $100 per hour or less, chances are everybody and their mama is going to want to rent that one airplane. So you may need to reconsider. Number 2, another way to make it more affordable to fly is simply rent or lease an airplane from a private owner. Perhaps many of you don't know this, but it's true. You can rent or lease an airplane from somebody who owns their own airplane. Here's a crazy stat. 99.99% of the time, an airplane is just sitting in the hangar or at an airport. Meaning, when somebody buys an airplane, 99% of the time, that airplane is not flying. So if you're a pilot or a student and you need access to an airplane, you can simply approach somebody at your local airport that has an airplane and let them know, hey, would you be interested in giving me access to your airplane for this amount of dollars per hour? Now, this process may be a bit more complex because, one, you may need training in that aircraft, meaning you have to get checked out. You also need to have insurance, which is one of the major costs you'll have when you own or fly an airplane. And while the legacy insurance providers can be more costly, there's a new company that's trying to change all that. Skywatch, our sponsor for today's video. Skywatch is hell-bent on making it much more easier and also cheaper for pilots to get insurance. And the best way they can do this is create a flexible program. What Skywatch provides is on-demand insurance, not just for airplanes, but also for drones. And these insurance plans are tailor-made for both personal and CFI plans. You can have your insurance on a day-to-day basis, a weekly plan, or a monthly plan. This will save you a ton in the long run because compared to traditional insurance, you'd have a set price for the entire year. Whether you fly your plane for 10 hours or 100 hours, you're still paying a hefty insurance cost. But with Skywatch, you only pay for what you actually use. It's much more affordable and easier to manage. So much so that you can manage your policy digitally. And Skywatch is backed by an A-Excellent rated insurance company. So whether you're a flight instructor, a student pilot, or a full-blown private pilot, you can easily get a quote today by going to skywatch.ai/mojogrip. Again, that URL is skywatch.ai/mojogrip. Another cheaper way to fly is by joining a private flying club. We mentioned flight school earlier. A flight school generally is also a flying club, but it's really open to everybody. In a private flying club, you would have one or multiple airplanes with a limited amount of members. For a small monthly fee, you'd be able to get access to a well-maintained airplane at a cheaper price per hour, and you'd have more flexibility to be able to fly that airplane on a cross-country flight. Private flying clubs are simpler, and it makes it easy for any pilot to get access to well-maintained aircraft. But keep in mind, you still have to get insurance. No matter any path you choose on this list, you would still need to be covered by insurance. Number 4, fractional ownership. We've covered this in depth on the channel before. Another affordable way to get access to a nice flying machine. When you get a group of guys or girls together and you go in on buying one airplane. Fractional ownership actually makes all the sense in the world. As I said, 99% of the time, your airplane is just sitting, it's not flying. Now imagine if 4 to 5 people had access to that same airplane. The main benefit would be that one, you'd be sharing all of the costs, including the acquisition and maintenance costs. Also, you keep the airplane happy because no airplane loves to be a hangar queen. So if you're in the market today to buy an airplane and you're under a strict budget, I would highly advise to look into fractional ownership. And lastly, the most affordable way to get access and fly an airplane is simply knowing other pilots who own airplanes. Now, this is a long shot, but hear me out. If you're well ingrained in the pilot community and you have pilot or friends that trust you and that you trust, chances are you can get access to their airplanes and be able to fly for free. Well, maybe not for free. You'd still need insurance. And for that, make sure you check out Skywatch. But assuming you know somebody who owns an airplane and they have a great amount of trust in you and your pilot skills, you can easily get access to that airplane for your own needs. And really, the only cost to you would be fuel. So my friends, if you're still home dreaming about flying, perhaps one of the best ways to start is simply going to a local airport and start making friends. Pilots are generally nice people who love airplanes, and you'd be surprised how many people will let you fly along with them or give you access to their own airplane for absolutely nothing. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or have a new suggestion, please leave in the comments below. Again, my name is Mike. Thank you so much for watching. A great way to support the channel is by becoming a premium member or join our Patreon, the link in the description below. Be sure to also subscribe with the notification bell on. And once again, thanks so much to our sponsor for today, Skywatch. Make sure you check them out at skywatch.ai/Mojo Grip.